How hard is it to live in a chaebol family in Korea? The eldest son, Won-soo, after drinking a lot of alcohol, still drives home by himself. He is pulled over for speeding. In this situation, he doesn't panic at all. He is unusually calm and calls the authorized prosecutor. Few seconds later, the head of the traffic police makes a phone call to ask to release Won-soo. Next, he just needs to take a nap in the ambulance to be taken home. On the other side, the younger brother, Seo Jin, hires a whole line of computers to be able to comfortably play games. The two thugs see the large amount of money beside him, then ask to borrow it. Seo Jin nods without hesitation. But when they take the money and leave, he asks, "When are you going to give back? If you can't pay, don't borrow, beggars," he sneers. The two guys get angry after hearing these insults. They are about to hit Seo Jin. At this moment, the bodyguard appears. Hits both thugs, making them unable to stand up. Next comes the mother. She is talking to a man on the yacht. She complains about her 1001 times she's lovelorn. Accidentally, she discovers that she is secretly filmed. She immediately calls the bodyguards, who used to be commandos, to take the man's phone. After making sure the video was completely deleted, she has the bodyguards throw the man into the sea. For the rich, it's always possible to turn danger into nothing. Under their command are powerful prosecutor, famous reporter, and specially trained bodyguard. There are also 10 senior staffs protecting the safety system. And even the best lawyers helping them to deal with legal procedure. The honor of all family members is always protected. But recently, the president's health has worsened. The two people likely to become the heirs are his eldest son, the vice president Cheol-hee, and his granddaughter Suk-hee. Mo Cheol-hee is Suk-hee's father, having many other children. He also cares a little bit about his eldest son with the first wife. 15 years ago, as a young teenager, Suk-hee was forced by her father to move to New York after her mother's murder. After learning that her grandfather is in a coma, she comes back to Korea. When her father heard this news, he also arranges bodyguards at the airport to wait for Suk-hee, wanting to force her to return to New York. Unexpectedly, Suk-hee has made a plan. She and her friend has swapped their outfits. At the airport arrival entrance, while her friend is stopped by the bodyguard, Suk-hee gently passes through them. When she arrives home, all family members have gathered at home to hold a meeting. They are very surprised to stand up when Suk-hee comes in. But Suk-hee in an unfriendly tone tells them, "For a guest that is not a stranger, there's no need to be ceremonious like that." Then the father also quickly arrives home. Suk-hee not only doesn't greet her father, but also coldly mocks at him. At the dining table, the atmosphere is extremely strained. To brighten up the atmosphere, the brother Won-soo takes out his good wine and invites everyone. Wants to let his parents taste it first, but they flatly refuse. This time the atmosphere is even more stressful. Suddenly Suk-hee asks the maid to pour her a drink. She holds a glass of wine, looks at the teenager in front of her, and sneers at her father again. "How many stepmothers have you found over the years?" The father indignantly orders, "Go back to New York immediately." Suk-hee also does not give up. "I'm already an adult. By the way, am I the most qualified person to sit here?" Then she stands up and leaves. Now she's ready, officially declares war on her chaebol family. In a private tailor shop for the rich. Because of the designer's too conservative design, this celebrity is furious. "Just do what I say." At this time, Suk-hee is sitting outside, hearing it all. She comes in the room and guesses this celebrity is her stepmother. Since she just came back to Korea, her stepmother can't recognize her. Based on the rich husband's support, her attitude is very pompous. "Ah, you're lining up. I'm not done yet, shut up and get out of here." Suk-hee said to her, "Well, I'm still kind, you're better get out of my sight." Then she throws her stepmother's dress to the floor. Now the stepmother can't take it anymore. She rushes over to give Suk-hee a slap, but Suk-hee holds her hand. The stepmother argues with Suk-hee while wearing high heels. She becomes very unsightly. The scene of the star being bullied, making many people curious to see. Luckily, there is a lawyer passing by. He comes in to stop the two women. "It's illegal to hit someone with a weapon, you know." "It's fine, I'm a first-time offender, and I have a lot of money." After saying that, Suk-hee immediately kicks the lawyer's leg. More and more curious people are coming. The situation is about to get out of control. Not long after, the group's secretary goes there with some bodyguards. But when the secretary gets inside, she finds that the person who bullied the stepmother is their young lady. They don't know what to say. Seeing the stepmother is crying loudly, the secretary suggests, "This can only be solved by another way." They open the suitcases with full of envelopes and give them to the people there. Anybody who signs right now will get an envelope. But if you disobey the terms of the contract, you will have to compensate 3 times as much. You got it? If the rich's favorite little fish dies, what will the funeral be like? At the solemn funeral, everyone is dressed in black. One after another, everyone throws white roses into the water. At this moment, the door is opened, and a beautiful girl in a red dress walks in. She walks to the pond. She says, "Hello, little fish," then throws the red rose into the water. Apparently, Suki came to make a mess. Seeing this scene, each family member shows their strange expressions. But no one dares to stop her. Because this girl is more than just a lady. She can be the next president of the MC group. After that, Suki happily claps her hands and leaves. This time she completely makes her father angry. Although Suki has grandfather's support, she has the advantage in scramble for property. But being the vice president for many years, the father has had the support of shareholders. Not long after the shareholders' meeting is held. But on the way to the meeting, Suki is arrested by the police. She is accused of driving with high alcohol concentration. She's pretty sure she didn't drink. After thinking carefully, she realizes that this morning the maid had prepared juice for her. There was definitely alcohol in it. Learning that Suki couldn't come, the president knows this is a trick of his son. He is extremely disappointed with his cruel son. This time he officially issues a warning. "I'll let Suki take the chair of MC group. If you think I'm joking, I'll never forgive you. This is my home anyway." Mr. Cheol, he who received the warning, is not afraid, still decides to fight to the end with his father. He arranges with his secretary about adding stimulant in his father's food, taking advantage of his illness. Everything went smoothly without any loopholes. After her grandfather passed away, Suki learns important news from the butler. "Actually, you're the president's daughter. It turns out that the person I recognized as my father is my brother." In this time shareholders meeting, she takes out the assessment certificate. Based on shareholder composition, Suki has a 19.5% stake. And the father and the shareholders, who make common cause with him, only have a 23% stake. At this time, the president's old friend gives her 7% stake for Suki. So the number of stake of Suki increased. This game, she wins. And her next move is to purify the family members. This drama revolves around the secrets hidden behind a Chable family. Every episode has its breaking points. For example, a brother who is hiding his transgender identity. The competition between two wives. And the main actress is a very talented lady.